What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel. Had to jump on, man, because I follow a channel on YouTube called Behind the Line, and the host said something crazy, right? He said, can Stephen A. Smith save CNN? As y'all know, CNN is getting killed in the ratings. They only have one show in the top 25 of all cable news, and that's Anderson Cooper. And then there's the host of Behind the Line, and again I'll link Behind the Line in the description so y'all can see why I'm doing this video. Is because it intrigued me. As we know, it's rumored that Stephen A. Smith is looking to be the highest paid person at Disney, anywhere between 20-25 million a year. Now it's also clear that Disney is trying to figure out where they're going to get the money from, and so a lot of people are being rumored to be let go so that they can find the money to pay Stephen A. There's also an article out there talking about Stephen A. as being called Mr. Greed because if he gets paid that much, a lot of the people on his production team on First Take and ESPN, they're not going to be able to keep their job. And I think this is a lesson that everybody needs to learn, right? You know, when you got that top heavy organization, it's no different than an NBA team. You got 3 max players or 2 max players and the rest of people playing on veteran exceptions or vet minimums and that kind of thing. So, first of all, do I think Stephen A. deserves his money? Yeah, I do. I'm not here to count anybody coin. But this was interesting from the YouTube channel Behind the Line because I thought it was a hell of a video. CNN needs a savior. They tried to do it with Charles Barkley and Gayle King, and that didn't work. That show got cut. Now, Stephen A. Smith, we know he has political aspirations, right? We know he, on his YouTube channel, he can talk sports. He's hosted Kimmel. He's done all of that. But is Stephen A. ready to try to save a CNN? But if CNN were to give Stephen A. Smith a primetime show, this is what this guy was saying. Stephen A. Smith with a Chris Cuomo lead in. So let Chris Cuomo come on at 8 o'clock and then let Chris Cuomo come on at 7 o'clock and then give Stephen A. 8 o'clock show to just do what he's doing. Now, guys, as y'all can see, Stephen A.'s YouTube channel is growing and that kind of thing. But when this guy said, can Stephen A. save CNN? I said, wow, that's something I'd had to think about. If CNN swooped in, took Stephen A. away, what could that mean? And then I started thinking about it. I remember when Rachel Nichols left ESPN to go to CNN, and it didn't work out. Sports people who go to CNN just don't work out because the people who are watching ESPN right now, they're really not watching CNN. That's why there's not a good transition. The people who are watching inside the NBA, not going to tune in to CNN to watch Charles Barkley. Now, Stephen A. is different. And guys, y'all got to understand, if Stephen A. has gotten too big for ESPN, does he go to another network like CNN where he can discuss everything? Okay. Now, Stephen A. tends to go to the liberal side of the voting, which means he'll fit into CNN. He knows sports. He knows pop culture. He talks about a lot of that stuff. Do I think he'll be a good fit for CNN? Absolutely. Do I think he can save CNN? And the answer is no. The only thing that can save CNN is if Donald Trump gets elected, because the reason they had their best years was because they are anti-Trump. So you don't need a Stephen A. Smith to save you. You need Trump to get elected. Because when Trump was in office, you were having record ratings. MSNBC was having record ratings. Fox News was having record ratings. People don't tune into the news unless there's something newsworthy. And I don't know if CNN can have a personality like Stephen A. Smith come in if there's not something going on newsworthy outside of sports. Now, First Take is the top dog. The reason why I think ESPN is going to struggle with paying Stephen A. this money is because Stephen A. is already on First Take. He's already on Sports Center. He's already on NBA Countdown. They're going to have to put him on Monday Night Football. And rumor is those guys don't want him up there because all he does is bash the Cowboys. Shout out to the Cowboys. But that's why I think there's going to be a lot of layoffs. There's going to be a lot of layoffs. And shout out to Stephen A. Smith for saying, I don't care who you got to get rid of to get me my money. Right? Shout out to him for saying it. Because once Disney started taking over ESPN and started having them do a lot of this race-based stuff, if they don't pay Stephen A. the money, they're going to be a victim of what they've been preaching. So you got to pay him, because otherwise you're going to be considered racist. Because if you pay Pat McAfee that money, you got to pay Stephen A. that money. Okay, so Stephen A., could he save CNN? No, he can't save it. But I think it'd be interesting to have him up there. Y'all go to Behind the Line. I'm going to link that video. behind the line in my description so y'all can see what he said. But it was actually an interesting take because he was talking about how bad the CNN anchors are right now, and that Stephen A. could save CNN. I think Stephen A. need to watch that video too because I thought it was a pretty interesting video. Y'all get down in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about the ongoing negotiations with all these people worried about getting fired. Stephen A. are about to get paid, and people who getting laid off from ESPN because Stephen A. is about to get paid. Man, is Jeff crazy or is Jeff owning something? Man, if you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell for notifications. Until next time, we gonna holler.